Hey everybody, welcome to day 6 of the 60-day novel writing challenge, where we are going to be finishing up our character worksheets today and also putting an emphasis on one of my favorite parts, which is ethics and morality. Make sure you've hit that subscribe button below, and whatever it is you're drinking today, for me, just a regular old cup of coffee. Go ahead and grab a cup, cozy up, and let's get to writing. Alright, so for day 6 we are coming back to our character worksheets, as I told you we would many times. Today we're going to be finishing them up, so making a character worksheet for everybody in the main cast, but we're going to have a main focus on one of the aspects, which is the ethics and morality question that's on that character worksheet. So as you're coming up with ideas for your story, I want you to focus on a time that's going to come up in the book where your character is going to have to make some sort of an ethical, moral decision. There's going to be some sort of dilemma, and really, you could justify going either way, and the character has to make a decision. This is one of the things that makes strong characters, is that when there is a decision that really could be argued either way, that character has a strong belief in which way you should do it. Now, I also want to caution you about ways that you can ruin your reader's love for your characters by choosing the wrong thing for this. And I'm going to use a couple of examples. If you guys haven't read these books, don't worry, I'll try not to spoil them too much. But I'm going to list out 2 where, and actually it's the same situation in both of them. One is Children of Blood and Bone, and the other is called Ember in the Ashes. I loved both of these books. These are both young adult and fantasy, because that is, of course, my favorite. I loved both of these books so much. And then the sequels came out, and in each of these books, they're not related at all, but they both did the exact same thing, where they had a character who committed a moral travesty, in my opinion. So in An Ember in the Ashes, there is this character who I grew to love, I mean immensely. And then in book 2, A Torch Against the Night, she's in a tough spot. She's got to make some tough decisions, and I get that. But one of the decisions that she makes is to invite everybody over under this pretense that they're going to have a friendly dinner and gathering, a social get-together, and then she kills them all. And so that was just such a travesty in my mind, that she committed such a moral wrongdoing. It ruined her for me. And the same thing happened in the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone. The sequel is called Children of Virtue and Vengeance, and one of the characters pulls off something even more heinous. She is trying to save everybody in the long run, but makes the decision to mass murder a huge portion of the population, and it just ruined her as a character for me. And I get that she was in a tough spot and she made that decision, but I want you to be aware that that can happen if your characters are in an ethical dilemma and they make the decision that your readers don't like. It can ruin them for your reader, and you need to know that. And if you're going to do it, make a conscious decision to do it and understand what the after effects will be. I've had this happen in my books as well, where I have this character, and his name is Ratuan. If you've read them, you know who he is. And in book 2, there's one moment where he crosses a line, and I thought when I wrote it that readers would be 50-50, that some of them would be like, okay, what he did was bad, but in the grand scheme of things, he had a reason for it. He really thought he was doing the right thing. And it's not like he murdered a whole village. He hit another kid. That was like the turning point for everybody. So I thought it was going to be 50-50. I thought half my readers would not like him anymore, but half would still kind of be on his side. And like 110% of my readers hate him. After that one, that was like the defining moment of when everyone went from being okay with him to we are now not okay with him. And everybody hates him more than they hate the villains. They hate him more than anyone else in the whole series. He is my most hated character. If you look through my comments every now and then, you'll just see people say how much they hate Ratuan. And it all boiled down to that one moment when, he had a dilemma, he had a decision to make. He kind of picked the harsher route. I did not know that my fan base was going to react the way that they did. So just a heads up to everybody, when you come upon these moral and ethical dilemmas, be really aware that if you make the wrong decision, it can kill your character, kill the connection of your character to your readers. And if you're okay with that, then that's great. I mean, if you sever the connection between the readers and that character well enough, you can turn them into an insta-villain. I mean, you can really play with it, but just know what you're doing when you're going in and really try to anticipate what your audience's reaction will be. And I have one more piece of moral and ethical dilemma advice to give you before I set us loose and we all go work on our character worksheets. And that is that having your character choose the moral high ground means almost nothing unless there is some element of personal sacrifice to it. So if you really want to make a statement and have your character make a moral decision for right, make sure that there is a little bit of an element of sacrifice in there, otherwise it's just not as meaningful. So today's homework is just to finish character worksheets for every single character in your main cast. And really think while you're doing it about that ethical and that moral dilemma question that's in there, and use that for ideas that are going to go into your story. It's day 6, so we need 10 more ideas today. That should put you at 60 ideas total in your notes and ideas document. I'm excited to do this myself. I'm going to jump off and finish all my character worksheets. So thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for day 7, and definitely hit that subscribe button before you go. See you guys later.